Your tech colleagues are buying $2 million houses while you're staring at a $1.2 million condo, wondering if you're making a mistake. Here's what nobody's telling you: it's the $5,000 monthly gap that either builds your wealth or quietly drains it. I just watched a couple's home repairs wipe out their entire reserves by month 6. Their friends bought a townhome, HOA covered everything, and they banked the difference and seemed happier. Today, I'm showing you the real cost structure behind each property type and the decision framework that best matches your situation. Now, here's the mistake I see constantly. Buyers compare condos and houses like they're different price points, but they're not. They're entirely different financial vehicles. Pick the wrong one, and you'll watch special assessments eat your down payment savings. When we talk about condos, you own the interior. HOA manages and maintains everything else. Redwood Shores condos typically range anywhere from $1 to $1.1 million, while those in San Jose, Sunnyvale, and Santa Clara metro areas typically range from $800,000 to $850,000, and of course those units that are larger and have neighborhood perks definitely exceed that. These come with gyms, pools, and some even have rooftop lounges. You're paying anywhere from $400 to $700 in HOA fees monthly, whether you use them or not. That can be $84,000 over the next 10 years. You have limited control, renovations need HOA approval, rental restrictions are common, and quiet hours do exist. Nobody warns you that owning a condo means you need to ask permission to change your windows, and if you can't even change them, there is likely a specific brand that you must choose from. Financing is even more complicated. Lenders can charge 0.75% points higher unless you put down 25% compared to a single-family home. You can't use FHA or VA loans unless the entire building is already approved, so don't waive your contingencies unless you have definitely confirmed this. Now, about the townhomes. You own your land with private entrances and maybe some type of small yard or patio space. Some Silicon Valley townhomes are financed as PUDs, planned unit developments, not condos, therefore no rate penalties. I'm seeing Redwood Shores townhomes range from $915K up to $1.7 million due to size, location, and giving that single family style living feel. Silicon Valley overall, $1.25 to $1.5 million. Most HOA fees start around $400 to $500 and up. When the market slows, townhomes sit longer alongside the condos. But if you want complete control, then you should go with single family homes. Well, it costs $5,000 or more monthly. The question isn't whether you can afford it today, it's whether that extra $60,000 annually builds wealth faster than investing the difference. Redwood City is currently averaging 1.9 to 2.2 plus million, Palo Alto around 3.5 to 4 million, and Los Altos 5 million and up. Same house, different zip code, double the price. Complete control, renovate, landscape, and add an ADU without permission. Well, except of course other than city permits, but you get the point. There's no shared walls, just shared fences, and many do not have an HOA to deal with. Now, the downsides: the highest purchase prices, the highest taxes, and the highest insurance. All maintenance falls on you. When plumbing goes wrong, that's your $12,000 problem. When landscaping needs a refresh, that is also your problem. Days on market averages around 11 to 15 days, and right now, with the market being so hot, all of these buyers and low inventory, I'm actually seeing homes get into contract even faster within the first week right now. So when you sell, you won't wait months just like condo owners do. And now let's talk more about how the housing market is going so far for 2026. As we saw last year in December 2025, the single-family market and condo market were moving in opposite directions, and that scenario still remains the same. Understanding this divergence might be the most valuable market intelligence you get this year. Redwood City median single-family home prices are hovering near 1.9 to 2.2 million and higher, up 13 to 18% year over year. Days on market dropped to 13 to 15 days. Homes sell at 103 to 105% of asking, and I have already experienced a handful of bidding wars this year so far. So you can expect to compete with multiple offers, and waiving contingencies here in the Bay Area is typical. Inventory remains tight at 2 months supply and less in prime neighborhoods. And when we talk about the condo and townhouse market, we have opportunities for buyers. Redwood City condo days on market are hitting 30 days. Some areas are even reporting 73 days. Inventory is more balanced at 2.5 months plus supply, and price reductions are up 25% year over year. Why? Buyers with equity are moving towards single-family homes, and first-time buyers face affordability challenges and tighter lending. Everyone's reaching for single-family homes, less people want condos. But that's exactly when you should pay attention to the condos. You're buying when everyone else is selling. But before we talk about what you will actually pay in each option, let me introduce myself. I'm Jessica Heredia, a real estate agent here in Silicon Valley. I help buyers and sellers navigate their real estate journeys here and look forward to helping you as well. If you are enjoying this content and want to stay up to date with Silicon Valley, give me a like and a subscribe. If you're thinking about buying or selling or have some real estate questions, you can find my contact information in the description below. And now, let's break down the prices. Everyone focuses on the large purchase price gap. What they miss is the monthly difference that could compound into $250,000 decisions over 5 years. A nice 2-bedroom Redwood Shores condo at $1.1 to $1.2 million versus a Redwood City single-family home at $1.9 to $2.2 million, roughly double. If a condo is $700,000 cheaper, that's about $4,000 less monthly in mortgage payments at current rates. That's $240,000 in savings over the next 5 years, and that's a down payment on your next home. Redwood Shores condo around $1.15 million, mortgage at 6%, 20% down, roughly $6,000 a month, with HOA at $350 to $500 plus, insurance at $55 to $100, property taxes at $1,200. Your total monthly is roughly $7,600 to $7,800. Now, a Redwood City home costs $1.9 million, mortgage at 6%, roughly $9,500, HOA $0 to $300, insurance $200 to $300, and property tax at $2,000. Utilities $200 to $300, maintenance reserve $160 monthly. That total brings you around $12,060 to $12,560. That monthly difference, at least $4,460 over 5 years, $267,600, and over 10 years, $535,200. If you invested that $4,460 monthly at 6% annually returns, nearly $730,900 in 10 years. That's not a property decision, that's a wealth building strategy decision. Now, I will show you all you need to know about the financial side of this game. The purchase price is usually the wrong focus. While you're negotiating $20,000 off the listing, you're ignoring other key financial factors that could happen and cost you thousands over the next few years. Condo financing is more restrictive. Lenders impose 0.75% points, higher rates on condos with an LTV above 75%. Townhomes structured as PUDs are financed like single-family homes. There is no rate penalty. Prop 13 caps property taxes at 1% of the assessed value with 2% annual increases. A $1.9 million house costs $2,000 monthly. A $1.15 million condo is about $1,200 monthly. That's a $800 monthly difference, $288,000 over the next 30 years. Silicon Valley HOA fees range from $400 to $700 monthly. Redwood Shores typically cost $350 to $500. Some Menlo Park communities charge over $1,000 monthly. Reserve funding determines whether you get hit with a $15,000 surprise in year 3, so don't forget to look at those budget reports. When the elevator breaks or the roof needs replacements, you pay those through special assessments, $5,000 to $25,000 per unit or higher. SB 721 and 326 has created several special assessments, leaving homeowners with a big bill. Before buying any condo, request the reserve study. Anything below 50% should make you nervous, and below 30%, you should probably walk away. Over 2 years, insurance companies dropped coverage on hundreds of homes in fire zone areas like Portola Valley, Woodside, and Emerald Hills. Many homeowners are forced onto the California Fair Plan, paying anywhere from $7,000 to $8,000 and up annually for fire coverage alone. To buy there now, you either pay $3 to $5 million cash to avoid insurance for loan qualification and then gamble on Fair Plan coverage. Now, answer me something. Which property type will actually make you money? Historically, single-family homes appreciated faster. Between 2000 and 2011, houses won every time. But from 2011 to 2017, townhomes and condos began outperforming single-family homes. Tech professionals valued that location over size. Current data shows Redwood City single-family homes appreciating 13 to 18% annually, while condos now lag at 1 to 2%. Over 5 years, single-family homes appreciated 40%, while condos 11.5% if you're lucky. Now, have you ever heard of the stepping stone strategy? Let me show you how this works. Buy the condo at 30, live there for 8 years, build equity, your income doubles. Sell at 38 with $300K in equity plus higher income, and buy the house with less stress. Versus buy the house at 30, stretch your budget, spend your 30 stressed, unable to take career risks. Both get you the house, one path is miserable and one is more strategic. A $1.15 million condo appreciating 2% equals $23,000 yearly. A $1.9 million house appreciating 4% equals $76,000 yearly. The house wins, right? But remember that $4,460 difference in monthly payments? If you invested that at 6% annual returns, you'd accumulate nearly $730,900 over 10 years. Real estate isn't your only wealth building vehicle. And have something in mind, where you buy determines how you live. Your choice isn't just about money, it's about which version of your life you actually want. Downtown Redwood City offers Caltrain access and restaurants like Milagros or Angelica's. Downtown Mountain View on Castro Street provides urban amenities and a Caltrain as well. Palo Alto's University Avenue has Stanford proximity and upscale dining. Condos and townhomes dominate these areas. If walkability is your priority, these are often your only options. You're choosing between a walkable condo lifestyle and a car-dependent house lifestyle. Master plan waterfront community with 5 miles of bay trail, waterfront parks, and kayaking, quiet, clean, family-friendly, near Oracle and EA Games. But warning, dual HOAs, RSOA, plus individual sub-HOAs, you might pay $100 to RSOA and another $300 to your building's HOA. Verify those total costs, research foundation issues. Built on landfill, some communities have experienced settlement and saltwater intrusion. Woodside and Portola Valley are rural, heavily wooded with limited walkability. Depending where you are, the nearest grocery is Safeway on Sandhill Road or Roberts on Alpine. You're living in a $4 million house for a shopping trip that could perhaps take you 10 to 15 minutes to get to, and that is a trade-off for privacy. Only the Samtrans bus route 87 serves these areas. You drive everywhere else. There is no train service, no Caltrain, and no BART. And when we talk about control, customization, and restrictions, this is where single-family homes provide clear advantages and where condo buyers feel the most frustration 3 years after purchase. Single-family homes. Complete freedom to renovate, to add solar, install an ADU, and paint the exterior. No permission is needed, only city codes and permits. Redwood City allows ADUs up to 1,200 square feet and no owner occupancy requirement. Construction costs anywhere from $225,000 to $425,000 for 400 to 800 square foot units. Massive advantage for rental income or multi-generational housing. Condo and townhomes require HOA approval for nearly every exterior change. Window replacements, balcony enclosures, HVAC units, paint colors, and solar panels all need approval, and that process can take you 4 to 8 weeks, if not more. Less control, less responsibility, lower price. Trading autonomy for affordability. But you have some rental restrictions. Many Silicon Valley HOAs cap rentals at 25% of units. Some enforce minimum lease terms, typically 12 months, prohibiting short-term rentals. Redwood City allows short-term rentals under 30 days only in primary residences with a 120-day annual limit. Redwood Shores HOAs commonly prohibit short-term rentals under 30 days as well. Single-family homes in developments without HOAs have no rental restrictions, so verify before buying if rental income is part of your plan. And here's an important tip: your exit is as important as your entry. The property type you choose today determines how easily it'll be to sell 5 or 10 years from now. Single-family homes have the broadest buyer appeal: families, empty nesters, retirees, and investors. The largest buyer pool means faster sales, less negotiation, and more predictable pricing. Condos and townhomes have a narrower appeal: first-time buyers, young professionals, and downsizers. A condo requires patience, careful pricing, and potentially accepting offers below your ideal. Condos face perception issues. Buyers worry about HOA financial health, reserves, and special assessments. A building with 70% or higher reserve funding is dramatically more desirable. The building's financials matter just as much as the unit itself. The fire insurance crisis creates significant resale challenges. Lenders require fire insurance. Only buyers who can purchase homes that lost coverage are those wealthy enough to pay the cash. If only 50% of potential buyers can qualify because the other 50% need financing, what does that do to the resale price? Nobody knows just yet. It's a risk you need to understand. Here's the exact framework I use with my clients. No fluff, just clarity. Only buy a condo if you're making $250K with $150K saved and want to be near downtowns where you value walkability. A condo isn't settling, it's the only property type giving you that lifestyle without $400K down and that $14,000 monthly payment. You're a first-time buyer with limited savings, you prioritize low maintenance and walkable urban locations. You plan to stay 5 to 7 years, then upgrade, and you're fine with HOA approval and rental restrictions. You want to enter the market now instead of waiting another 3 years, but if you want to buy a townhome, then that means you want more space than a condo but can't afford a single-family home yet. You like a yard but don't want to maintain a large property, and you plan to also stay for another 7 to 15 years. You value PUD financing advantages over condo restrictions. Now, a single-family home is right for you if you have 2 kids, you work from home 3 days a week, and you need a yard where they can play. That's not a preference, it's a requirement. You can afford that $1.9 million or more in Redwood City, and you plan to stay for 10 or more years. You want complete renovation freedom, you have or plan to have children needing that yard space, you work from home needing a dedicated office, and you want to add an ADU. You're willing to manage all maintenance, you value maximum privacy. For Woodside or Portola Valley, you must afford to pay cash or secure fire insurance. You value extreme privacy over walkability, and do you know the exact questions you should ask? Print this. Use it as your checklist before buying. Request the reserve study from the last 3 years. 70% or more funding is healthy. 50 to 70% acceptable with caution. Below 30 to 40% is a red flag. Check HOA meeting minutes for litigation, special assessments, and disputes. If there's ongoing litigation, walk away. Review CC&Rs for rental caps, renovation restrictions, and pet policies. Calculate total monthly costs, mortgage, HOA, property taxes, insurance, and utilities. Does this leave financial flexibility? Ask about pending special assessments or planned projects. For Redwood Shores, verify dual HOA costs, research foundation issues, and saltwater intrusion. For a townhouse, this is what you must do. Verify if it's structured as a condo or a PUD. This affects financing significantly. Review HOA CC&Rs for restrictions and rental caps. Verify reserve study and funding level. Understand what the HOA maintains versus what you're actually responsible for. And now, for a single-family home, get a thorough home inspection. Roof, foundation, HVAC, plumbing, electrical, and water damage, make sure it's all checked out. Research property taxes and special assessments, verify the actual amount, including Mello-Roos. Research zoning for ADU potential, understand long-term maintenance costs, roof replacement $15,000 to $30,000, HVAC $8K to $15K, make sure you're budgeting for all of these. For Woodside or Portola Valley, verify that fire insurance status and costs or ability to secure coverage. And don't forget to research defensible space requirements. For Redwood Shores, research foundation issues and saltwater intrusion. And now, let me bring all we talked about together. Condos mean affordability entry, plus walkable neighborhoods, plus HOA complexity, plus moderate appreciation. Perfect for first-time buyers and young professionals valuing urban convenience. Townhomes offer a balanced middle ground, plus more autonomy, plus lower HOA fees, ideal stepping stones towards single-family ownership. Single-family homes provide maximum control, plus strongest appreciation, plus broadest resale appeal, plus highest costs. They deliver everything but require financial capacity to support them. Condo and townhome markets are buyer-friendly for first-time buyers. Price reductions and longer days on market mean better negotiation power than at any point in the past 3 to 4 years. My personal take, the most undervalued play in Silicon Valley right now is the Redwood Shores condo market. Everyone's reaching for single-family homes while condos are sitting over 30 days on market with price reductions. If you're a first-time home buyer with $150K saved wanting to enter this market in 2026, this is where the opportunity is at. You're buying when everybody else is selling. 3 years from now, when rates drop and condo demand surges, you'll have bought at the bottom. That's strategy and that's timing. Your choice should align with your financial capacity now, your timeline for how long you'll stay, and your lifestyle priorities. Here's the pattern after a decade in this market. The buyers who build the most wealth aren't the ones who buy the biggest property that they can afford. They're the ones who match the property type to their actual life timeline. Timeline first, property type second, neighborhood third. That's the hierarchy that actually works. If you have any doubt if the right home for you is a condo, a townhouse, or a single-family home and want to talk through which one actually fits your situation, email me at hello@liveinsiliconvalleyca.com. I'm here to help you navigate this market with real data and on-the-ground experience. Even a 10-minute conversation can give you more clarity on your next move. I'll also help you find the perfect neighborhood to call home. Chat later. Bye-bye for now.